Hey guys, Corel Cooper here with OnTheBlack.com. We are about a week away from the start of the 2010 baseball season, and as the Mets prepare to head into the season, I have 5 things that we should all watch from the New York Mets this year. The first thing on the list is the starting pitching. We've all talked about this all winter long, and I've said in the past that I think that one of the main keys to the Mets season this year is how well John Maine, Oliver Perez, and Mike Pelfrey pitched this year. So I'm going to specifically watch those 3 guys, especially here at the start of their season, watch their first couple of starts to see if those guys can get off to a fast start. So the starting pitching is the first thing that we should watch here this year. The second thing we should watch going into the 2010 season is injuries, and that's a twofold item. One is we want to see if the Mets can hopefully avoid all the injuries that they had in 2009. They had more than any team should have in a season, so we want to see and watch to see if the team can stay healthy. But when someone does get injured, we also want to watch and see if the Mets manage that situation properly, meaning if it's diagnosed properly, if they stick to within time frames when they say players are going to be back. So twofold, Mets players staying healthy, and if someone does get injured, how the Mets actually handle that injury. Number 3 is what I would like to call the off-the-field nonsense. In 2009, the Mets dealt with a lot of off-the-field distractions. The Madoff situation, the Tony Bernazard situation, even this offseason in the way that the Carlos Beltran surgery was handled. He's saying one thing, a team saying another, so on and so forth. So want to see if there's better management, better communication throughout the organization, and better communication from the organization to us fans, and seeing if the Mets can limit their off-the-field distractions. Number 4 has to do with K-Rod. We've talked a lot about the Mets starting pitching, but there should also be some concern with respect to the bullpen. The middle relief and the 8th inning, those roles are still kind of up in the air, and hopefully we'll see that ironed out over the next week or so. But K-Rod as the closer here for the Mets, last year he got off to a good start but faded in the second half of the season. And, whether he was just bored because the Mets were out of it, or whether it was because he was kind of tired because he did play winter ball last year in the World Baseball Classic, there was a number of reasons that could be thrown out there as to why K-Rod had a bad second half of the season. But looking forward to seeing him get out there and start the season. Hopefully he starts off on a good note. Hopefully he can stay strong through the middle and the second half of the season as well, too. Because he is going to be an important factor for the Mets. So the 4th thing to watch this year is Francisco Rodriguez. And the 5th thing to watch this year is whether or not this team can get off to a good start. We all know that Beltran won't be there at the beginning of the year. There's question marks as to whether Reyes will be there opening day, or if he'll be there, maybe a few games or a week or so later. So I'm going to be watching to see if the Mets can get off to a good start. After last year, I think it is really important for the Mets to get off to a good start. It will keep some of us fans happy and kind of reduce sort of the stress level and the pressure if they do get off to a good start. So looking forward to seeing what the Mets do here in the early part of the season. That could dictate how the next few months go for this organization in terms of the players on the field, their winning percentage, and also the coaching staff and the front office as well. So there you have it, guys. Those are my 5 things to watch as the Mets go into the 2010 season. Let me know what you think about all of these points, and let me know if you have some other things that we should be watching as the Mets head into the start of the season here.